Hi guys, please welcome to Unsickle the Cell. This is Unsickle the Cell podcast. This is where we listen to stories about sickle cell and also learn and create awareness about sickle cell. So today, my first ever guest on this channel who has graced my abode today is, let her introduce herself.
Hi, Feli.
Felia.
Yeah, my name is Mitchell Omullo. I am a sickle cell warrior, a sickle cell advocate, and a filmmaker by profession. Uh, and also recently, I I am also I started a group called Wascana Sickle Cell Disease Support Group, and then I also run Victoria Youth and Film Empowerment for the film sector. And recently, I joined ZUI CBO as their project coordinator. So
Wow.
we are doing great things.
Wow. A lot of things in
Yes,
one head,
yes.
one person.
I'm telling you.
This only shows that also
Yeah.
sicklers can do so many
We
things.
can do a lot.
A
We can do
lot.
so much.
So much.
When we just put our minds to it, we can do it. We can achieve things that we, and even us, we're like, who ni mimi? Yeah, we can do things, we can achieve things, even and we can go beyond the crisis part.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yes. So after that, you could go on the crisis part and just forge ahead, follow my dreams and ambitions. Yes.
So thank you for coming.
You're most welcome, Freddie.
Yeah, thank you for taking your time
Oh, no
and
problem.
appear here.
I
So
had to be here.
today,
Yes.
I want you to tell us
Yes.
where did Michelle come from? The origin of Michelle
Okay.
Omullo, where you were born,
Okay.
how your background about school and everything until you have gotten to this point.
Okay, thank you so much for that question, Kelly. As I said, I was born in Nairobi, Pumwani Hospital, and not most, but part of my life I stayed in Nairobi.
Oh.
We were living in Buruburu first, then is when we went to Kayole Estate. So after Kayole, we moved to Kisumu. So my dad died when I was 10 months. So we had to we had to relocate. I come from a family of four children. I am the four. I'm the fourth born in the family. So
Meaning you are the last one.
I'm the last born. So my parents were both carriers, and when I reached the age of 3, my mom just started seeing my eyes getting yellow. So she was like, "Hey, what is this? I have not seen this in any of my children. So let me take her to the hospital." So once she took me to the hospital at Kenyatta National Hospital in Nairobi, I was confirmed and diagnosed with sickle cell disease
At 3 years.
at 3 years, at the age of 3. So the journey has not been easy. When we moved here to Kisumu, I started my uh, nursery school in Nairobi, a school called High Hope. And then I came back to Kisumu. And when I came back to Kisumu, I went to Manata Arabs, where I went to now their nursery school. So after that, I joined my mom because my mom is a teacher. She was a teacher actually. She's a retired primary school teacher. So I joined her in the school that she taught for the then class 1. Now it's called grade 1. So I went to Highway Primary School and I up to class 8. And then after class 8, I joined Zaverian Secondary School. So Zaverian Secondary School, when I was at Zaverian, people, okay, teachers are so, nice at first. When I used to get crisis and I used to go there to ask for a leave of cheat so that I could go back home or maybe be taken to the hospital, they would give me that leave of cheat. So it became difficult when I reached Form 2 because the teacher I used to go to was a senior teacher at the school, called me Mrs. Apili. So afterwards, when I used to go constantly, because in high school, I don't know what happens to us, like what happens to us because I think our hormones are raging, and after our hormones are raging, we are transitioning from a child to an adolescent. So these things don't, they just don't really agree with your body. So you get a lot of crises, you get a lot of, even when you're not, like when you're not even stressed up, you get a lot of crises and all that. So you're on and off, on and off. So I was on and off, and I was like, hey, I went to this teacher who was now in Form 2. She was now a deputy head teacher. She was promoted to a deputy head teacher. So when I went to her to ask her for a little cheat when I was not feeling well, I was having a crisis actually. Then she was like, go back to class, go back to class. Eh? What affect you, Ugonjo? Go back to class. You're pretending. I'm like, hey, God, am I pretending?
That pretending is like every sickle has been told.
Oh my God. I'm like, oh God.
How can you pretend to have pain?
To have pain when you actually have pain. Like
me, I want to pretend and I can't.
And I was like, what?
Even if I want, I can't pretend.
I was like, wow. I'm pretending. Hey, Jesus, God. So I was like, when she refused to give me the legal cheat. I went to this senior teacher again. There were two senior teachers in Zavern High School. So when this senior teacher, he's a biology teacher called Mr. Bat.
So the second senior teacher
the second senior teacher now. So we had two senior two senior teachers in Zaverian. So when I went there, he was like, no, wewe unafaa uende nyumbani mbio mbio. Whenever you start feeling the pain, go home. Go home. We understand. I understand. Go home. Like, sasa, how will I even get past the gate because there was a watchman? I was like, yeah, just go home. Go home. Let me just go and talk to the gate man and let him understand that you are a sickle cell warrior and you have sickle cell disease and this thing and cannot. You are in crisis. You need to go get medication. So I was like, hey. I got favor from God and I was like,
so wow. Did everyone in school know about your condition, even the watchman?
Yes, even the watchman. Because when I remember when I went to school, when I started school, when I started going to school in Zaverian when I was in Form 1, I was admitted and with a doctor's letter. Because my mom felt like, hey, I don't want my child to go and suffer and struggle because and explain herself non-stop to these guys that she's a sickle cell warrior and she has sickle cell disease and she needs to go whenever she has crises. So this teacher used to allow me to go home, but I felt like I was not in a good place. When the teachers just started to tell me that, hey, unajifanya, you're pretending, you're faking it. I'm like, hey, Jehovah.
Hey. That was bad.
That was it really got to me. I just came back home and told my mom, please look for another school for me because I don't feel like I'm comfortable in this school that I'm going to currently. So please just look for another school for me. Please, I beg you in the name of God. I don't want to stay in this school anymore. After Form 4, after my Form 2, I don't want to stay in this school. I want to just go away and start another school again. I'm like, I was so tired. The way she talked to me, I was like, wow. So after she looked for after I finished my Form 2, she looked for another school for me that was called Bishop Abiro. Bishop Abiro, my uncle, her cousin, uh, used to be the head teacher. So she just went and talked to him and explained my situation, and he accepted me again in Form 2. So I had to repeat Form 2.
Okay.
Yes, to repeat Form 2, and I was a that's I mean I feel like my high school years were just meh. I was so sad. And I could not look beyond, sickle cell as a disease.
Yeah.
I am a sickle cell warrior. This is who I am. And I was even in denial at some point. So I was feeling like I was just feeling like, hey, because
You even wished you were normal.
yeah,
You didn't
I
have
was
it.
normal because even in my high school years, my God, my mom did then did the is it at the unthinkable because she was trying everything to make me well, to get rid of
Okay.
sickle cell disease in my system, and I'm like, so we had this medicine people, many herbalists.
Oh, yeah, herbalist.
So
The Kenyeji.
the Kenyeji, the Kenyeji meds people. I think there were two who came to our place. One I think one was yeah, there were two. So one even stayed in our place for I don't know the weekend. She spent the weekend in our place so that she could get me well. I'm like,
So at
there's
this
nothing
point,
I tried to
didn't
get
you
well.
didn't
Like,
you and your mom know this is genetic? Like it's in the blood. It can't.
okay, we knew, but
Mm,
sister, a desperate mother,
yeah.
you know,
You just
what a desperate
believing
mother
that
could do for her
things
child.
can go well.
Yeah. So we prayed because I'm a Christian as well. I fellowship at Life Celebration Ministries. So, Life CM. So I was like, hey, God, why don't you just take this out from me? And heal me, heal me. I was so much on healing. Baka. So when I was reaching Form 4, I felt like, I was like, myself Form 4, what next?
So were you in Bishop Abiero till Form
Yes,
4?
till
You
Form
you
4.
completed Form 4 there.
I completed my Form 4 there. So I was like, hey, God, what next now after my Form 4? Where do I go from here? What can I do? What course can I study that can, get me a job? And I thought about this and I was like, I can do a secretarial course and go and be a secretary in someone's office,
Office.
my mom's friend's office, whichever way. And just stay in Kisumu, just, I had no ambitions. I was so broken because, whenever I came back home that I was sick, you could just see it in my mom's face like, oh God, again,
Not again.
not again, not again. Like seriously, Angoma Kodorami.
Mm.
What is it again? Wapi nauma.
Amongst the four of you, you're the only one
The
with
only one with sickle
sickle
cell
cell.
because my
Okay.
parents were now were carriers of sickle cell gene.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, what am I going to do? You could see the despair in her face, like, oh God, now what? Oh Father, like again, like, and you could just see the despair in her face. So I was like, hey, God. And in my high school years, I even tried committing suicide.
Really?
Yeah.
How? What were you doing?
I just tried to take an overdose of ferrous.
Where is a painkiller?
No, it's a blood booster. So I
Liquid
tried
or tablet?
tablets too.
Mhm.
They're red in color, maroonish in color. So I could my sister is a pharmacist, so I could get access to them because they were bought for me. So I would just take a lot of
Lot.
them, thinking that maybe they would maybe end my life and allow me to just give my mom some rest. But God has its God has His
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah.
So you find out that the only effect that they used to have on me, I used to vomit. vomit. So I mean, mpaka I used to like, hey, God, mbona sikufu? Mbona sikufu? Why am I not dying? I'm not taking this thing so that I can die and give these people rest.
So, apart from the teacher, the senior teacher,
Yes.
your fellow students, were they also giving
They
you
were,
hard time?
yeah, no, they were not even giving me a hard time. They were so good and so kind to me. Whenever I used to get sick and come back to school, they used to help me with the notes, write the notes. And in their free time, they used to help me write the notes and all that. So, like when I was trying to just end my life, I'm feeling like, hey, God, no, this one, if it doesn't, end my life, what else will end my life? I even tried to take zile nini tablets za water guard.
Oh,
Zile za nini, zile za dispersible.
yeah.
Yeah, I used to take them. I tried so
And
many.
God said no, it's not
I
your
tried
time.
so many because I felt like I was being a burden to my mom. Here she was, a single mother with 4 children. So I was like, I tried so much. I tried so many ways to just kill myself and end my life because I was feeling like, hey, this is, I cannot watch this one anymore. I cannot watch my mom like this anymore. In despair. And she's like, oh God, what is it this time? So I felt like, hey, yes, let me just kawa kawangi mana. But God also had his own ways.
Yeah.
So when I was in Form 4, I started getting these ideas about scripting. I'm like, hey God, what would I even do when I'm not even having money to, push my agendas? What even be doing with these ideas of scripting? What I can get script. What will I even be doing with the scripts themselves? Because they need to be short. So come up and God, chill na hiyo idea yako, chill na hiyo idea yako, because I was feeling like nah. So as the moment I kept on just rejecting those ideas, the stronger they came. You know, na ile nini ile any the urge to just do something.
Yeah.
So God was just pushing on them.
Sometimes it even puts in a chokehold. Like, you have to
Yeah,
do it. You have to do it. Yeah, you said the same with me now with this podcast thing. That's how I was. Like, I can't sleep. I'm restless. It got to a point now. I just have to do it. Like, you eat, you feel like you don't want to eat. You sleep, you feel like you
you
don't
are
want to
so
sleep.
unsettled.
Like, that thing comes even in my dreams.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, so now I understand.
I was like, they even came to my dreams. I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
God, no. So I started writing I started writing. So I just told God, I give up. I'm writing what you told me to do. I'm going to be a script writer and I'm going to do this.
So this is immediately after Form 4, you now have these ideas.
After this Form 4, I had now these ideas.
So the secretarial course is now out of your mind.
Out of my mind because I was like,
okay,
I don't want to be a secretary anymore because I feel like I want to travel. But I was so timid. I'm a timid. I'm so timid. I'm
afraid.
I'm not even afraid, but I'm very shy.
Okay.
So you feel like, I think when I was a child, my sister mwenye namfuata ameniita na 8 years. So that 8-year gap, when we used to be children, we used to play, she used to be like, wewe, wachana, toka hapa, toka, and which is and I was like, who do I play with when my friends have refused to play with me? And they never do. Hey, who do I even play with? So I started to be be more like keeping to myself a lot and just doing my things. So I was like, when I wrote my first script,
what was it about?
it was called Trust.
Trust.
Yeah. first script, my very, very first script. I finished writing it in 2013. It was called Trust. I wrote it in paper, like in a full scraps. So when my mom read it, she was like, so unajua kuandika scripts. Mbona usinini? I'm like, it's just okay. So I stayed at home for 4 years after my form 4. Nafanya housework, nafanya nini, nafanya house chores, you basically cook, clean, wash the ninis, wash the dishes, clothes. It was like, apana. Then in 2017, I saw this school called Africa Film and Theatre and Training Institute
In Nairobi.
in Nairobi. So it's like, by Johnson because it used to advertise it by when it started. So I was like, hey, I can do film and TV production. Why don't I go to this college and just, make something out of my life? So it's like, maybe. So whenever I used to tell my mom, she used to have, she used to be like, she's listening, but she's not listening. That attitude used to be when I listen to something, but it looks like you have not listened to it. So I was like, my friend. So when it reached January 2017, I want to have their first intake. They're taking their intake sign is on. This is open. Sorry. So I felt like enough is enough. I packed my bags and yeah, and I was like, I'm ready to go. Whether they have transport fare or not, I'm ready to go to Nairobi and just register for my for my course and come back and look for the school fees. I was ready to do anything. So afterwards, I was like, so my sister when before I need to join. So she was like, hey, mom, Mojua, Michelle has packed her bags and she's going to Nairobi. Costa gani? I don't want to know. Nairobi is happening. So when my mom saw this and she had this and she's like, anyway, enough is enough. You stayed at home for 4 years and it's not fair that you don't have something doing. Your sisters and brother have something doing. My brother is a police, is an AP, and also my sister is a pharmacist. My other sister is this is a teacher, a high school teacher. So it's like so she got my cousin and she was like, let me. She told me train. She'll be doing a very funny. She'll be doing me a disservice. So she's like, okay. She's like, okay. She called my cousin from who was living in Nairobi, and she made arrangements that she should pick me up on a certain day when I was traveling to Nairobi. So I traveled to Nairobi, and we did the registration. We paid for the course, film and TV production. So afterwards, I was given a free structure and told how much the fee was. I came back and in 2 weeks we had raised the fee and I had gone back to Nairobi and to school. So in Nairobi, I used to live in hostels because you don't want to disturb relatives.
Yeah.
Talking about the relatives. All my life, I think I have not been close to relatives because I feel like, when your presence literally just makes disgusts them or something like that, so even on our own. So my mom was like, mama, you're going to stay in a hostel because Nairobi hakuna mtu mwenye utamsumbua na kila siku una commute from sijui wapi to wapi. It's better you go to the hostel, you get picked with the school van and go to school.
Oh, the school had a van.
Yeah, the school had a van. Tulikuwa tunaonekana kama mabaya. kind of Barbie. Watch it. So the school was in Kilimani at first, but it later on moved to Monrovia Street. So I finished my course, and yeah, no one wants to employ a sickle cell warrior. Mm-hmm.
We need to talk about that.
Being that I had a mild stroke that affected my right side of the body, but kile kitu tu sawa, but sasa watu wanaona kama she will slow down my activities, she will just use and so many things. Unaona? So I was like, I mean, I stayed in Nairobi for like I think the whole of 2018 just looking for a job to do. My friend, it wasn't easy.
So where were you looking for jobs? Is it in TV stations?
No, I wasn't looking for jobs in TV stations. I was looking for jobs at a kama in this movie sets. I was looking for jobs in those kind of sets because I was feeling like film and TV production is just meant for that particular set work. So I was like, nika give up. And then something came up.
You completed the course in 2017?
Yeah.
So the whole of 2018 was job hunting?
Job hunting. Yeah, it wasn't easy. The math wasn't mathing. My mom used to now support me still. But she used to pay for my hostel, she used to pay for my upkeep, she used to give me money for shopping. It wasn't enough. She used to do that because she loves me and she loved me.
Of course, our moms, they're the best.
They're just the best. They're just.
I think it's like God took his time to create mothers to sicklers.
Yes.
Because mothers are the same, yes, but
warriors. And she's so understanding.
They're so understanding.
Yeah.
And it's like they've been given grace
to
carry that
burden. I'm like, sometimes I even ask her like.
Sometimes I even wonder if me can be that like my mom. I wonder if I can be like
I don't think you can because you don't have the grace she has.
Like it's like God preserved a type of grace for them. Mothers. Yeah.
Because they are so strong.
They are so strong.
I was even feeling like sometimes I can't be as strong as she is. Maybe as many as she is, but I can try and be something of that sort, but not strong as she is. So I tried out, but I couldn't get anything. Back to an extent that I even went to apply a nanny job, like a house help job, a house manager job. Because yes, a house manager job. Anyway, so it came to that point when you started kind of a choker. I was just wanted to pay my rent, my hostel rent, and find something to feed or something, but just pay my hostel rent. So this job came and it paid 15,000. That was in 2018. I was like 52. My hostel fee was 6,000. So I could just manage to pay nifanye shopping kidogo, and the rest ni tumie kwenda job na back. I went there for the interview. Akasema they want from 4 years. I'm like, yeah, hata kama nimeenda college but sichagui or the amount of job that I want. So I was like, at this point, I don't care. I want this job. Yes. Like, hey, but you're overqualified. Umeenda college.
They didn't want to employ you.
Yeah. Umeenda college.
Because they should be grateful.
Diploma. I'm like,
you have the certificate.
That's how it's okay. It is well. So whenever I went,
So before, when you were in high school, college, all this time, you had already had the stroke.
Yes.
When did the stroke happen?
It happened in 2010 August when I went to Nairobi.
How old were you?
I was 17.
When you were going to join campus,
I was 17 when I was in Form 2. Yeah.
Okay, so what happened?
So I was at my auntie's place in Nairobi, and we went to see her daughter's child.
Mm-hmm.
So she had just given birth and all that. So I woke up with the others, with my mom and all that, and the rest, and they were like, you woken up so early? Everybody will learn. So I'm like, hey, didn't learn it enough. Ati when you're ready, we'll just call you and we just dress up and we go. I'm like, okay, sawa, I will go back to sleep. But when I woke up, when they woke me up now, I felt like my right side was weak.
Okay.
Haikuwa weak vile nilirudi kulala. But now it was weak.
Were
Yani,
you feeling the right side, or it was like
okay,
dead?
it wasn't dead, but it was numb kinda
No,
and
but
heavy.
uh-huh.
I was like, I don't know, I'm like hapana. Na feel miguu yangu na mkono yangu ni weak sana. So kusema, maybe it's just vile ulilala or something. Let's just go to your cousins and then you come back and maybe you stop by and buy you Neurobid 40 and you just take it and so tulifanya hivyo. I went to my cousin and back, took Neurobid 40.
All this time you're still feeling the numbness.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came back to Kisumu, I went to see Dr. Check from Nightingale. So when I went to see Dr. Check, he was the one who now properly diagnosed the stroke.
Okay.
Yeah.
So while you're feeling numb, are you feeling pain, or it's just
No, it's
numb
just numb
and heavy?
and heavy. No pain whatsoever. No pain at all.
Mm.
So I was like, wow. Yeah. But I started, I kind of felt it though, that it was coming because this leg was dragging. Not so much, but dragging more than this. So I was like, and then you could tell your mom, she's like, iko tu sawa, iko tu sawa. So I was like, okay. So afterwards, I just lived with this condition, the stroke, because I could not let it define what I wanted to do, define me, define who I am, or who I was as a person at that particular time.
Yeah. So
So
did the stroke put you down, or you are
no,
just walking?
no, it didn't put me down at all. At all, it didn't put me down. Cancer, in fact, it even now even I don't know whether it gave me a motivation or something, but I was like, I was so psyched up.
Mm.
So yeah, I have a stroke,
So
but yeah,
now,
that is how basically it was.
so how, what was used to remove the numbness and bring you back to normal?
No, I haven't even. Okay, my mother's friend who was living in the estate, she's called Nyakongo. She's from Congo. She's a Congolese. So she used to massage people. So she was like, mama, si wacha tu nifanyie twako massage for free because chenye wanifanyia can't be compared to anything, can't amount to any cash. So just let me just do for her massages. Let me be coming from Monday, Wednesday, and Friday
Mm.
and do the massage and continue to just So when she was doing it, I was doing practically just kind of getting back on my feet,
Yeah, feeling relieved.
relieved, and not it was my feet wasn't dragging like it is right now. But when she went back, and now she died. May the Lord rest her soul in peace.
Amen.
She died, and I was like, no. So where do I go to next? Because massages are expensive.
Yeah, professional massages.
Yeah, are very expensive.
Very
So
expensive.
you go like, hey, God. Anyway, just since I stopped having my massages. I used to even go to Russia from the massages, but it became more expensive because you have to talk 300 per day, 300 per day. So it's like, now with someone who's not working, being still supported by your mom, so I'm like, so I just stopped and live positively. I joined advocacy.
Are you still taking medicine for the stroke? You are now
Nah,
okay.
I'm not even okay, but uh, it's still there. But I'm focusing on bigger things, the bigger picture.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm focusing on the bigger picture because I feel like maybe when I get some money, like good money, I can now maybe go for massages or do something with that,
Okay.
Yeah, so just
Sorry for that.
it's okay. Mimi nimeshazoea.
We are strong people.
I do. Yeah, we're strong. My friend.
Don't play with us.
Nakwambia after my class 8 when you got me sasa that break ungenipata kama napiga duster na muvusha viti na
Energetic.
actually I was the cleanest in our school. Nilikuwa awarded for being the cleanest girl in the whole school when I was in class 7, which is now grade 7. Yeah, I've got that award.
Wow. That's nice.
I don't play.
Yeah.
So whenever you told me I could clean, I could wash, I could cook, I could do so much, and you cannot learn.
So in your childhood years, did crisis affect you so much, or
yes,
you had
it did. Kwanza, let me tell you this. When we are children, we get stress. We cannot manage our stresses. Like sasa sai mimi ni mkubwa. I can handle my stress. I can control it.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, you could play vigorous games.
Yeah.
And then usiku asubuhi tu wake up
Unaumwa.
4:ish, 4:30-ish. Unaumwa.
Yeah.
Isha kuamsha from your sleep. You're like, oh God. Mgongo inauma, imekuamsha. So you're like,
and do you also feel numbness in your lips when you're in crisis?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, me too.
Especially
painful crisis.
Yes.
I feel like my mouth becomes numb. Yeah.
My lips, my lower lip.
Yeah.
The lower lip becomes numb.
Yeah, I also experience it sometimes.
So I experience crisis over and over again, over and over again, over and over again.
So if you compare now and when you're a child, now you are
now
okay.
I'm better. Paka mtu anaweza sema ati mtu akiniangalia sahi, they cannot think that I'm a sickle cell or I have sickle cell disease. They can't think about that because my eyes have cleared. They're not yellow. I do my proper management.
Yeah.
So I feel like now I'm in a better position to just take care of myself. Because I know if I don't take care of myself, what will come up next?
Yeah. So do you think when is it true that when you become an adult, sickle cell suppresses? Does it work for everybody?
I don't think it works for everybody because I see some sickle cell warriors who are having like at least even 3 or 6 crises per year, and they're on admissions. It doesn't work for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't work for everyone.
Okay. Yes. So you were telling us how you were looking for a job.
Nakwambia.
So did you find the job?
No, I didn't. I didn't find the job until
they said you're overqualified.
Yeah. So when the time I was
Kenya
overqualified, Hey, hii Kenya.
Serikali ya Kasongo.
Nakwambia. Tujangu jui. So something came up that 2018, and I had to come back home immediately. Something happened to our family, and I think we're having a crisis. So it's like, my mom told us, Mimi, sasa hospital fee this month. I'm not paying because we're having a crisis. Uh, so just come back home. So I was like, okay. I was so used to Nairobi. I was like, yeah. But Sai, Nairobi, I feel like there's nothing there for me.
Oh, yeah. You don't have the psych you had before.
Because I felt like, yes, hapa ndo utafanya job, I will rent a house, I will rent an apartment. And I'm like, Nairobi is busy.
Very busy.
And that kind of lifestyle, I don't think like I want to have that kind of lifestyle. Because I feel like
everybody's always in a rush.
Everybody's always in a rush. Because I'm like, hey, slow down.
Slow down.
Yeah.
That's Nairobi.
But so I came to Kisumu, got got now engaged in sickle cell advocacy.